Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Diana and this is what D does. So in today's video I wanted to give a 1 month in my Hobonichi weeks reading journal. That's just kind of an update to see how my process has been and how I've been liking it so far. So something that has changed is I did purchase a cover for it. This is by Chic Sparrow. It is in the Austin line and the color is Emma. And then this is what they refer to as a cascade weeks. So you have pockets here. I did go ahead and purchase some Coffee Monster Co. stickers that were more book themed, more writing themed. So I'll just start by taking some of these out. So these are just little writing ones. I use these for when I do my book reviews on the books that I have read. These here are from Sweet Kawaii Designs. They're just a stack of books. So I got 2 stacks of these. Here are the next ones that I got, more book related. And then these are my book darts. Now, just a little bit of a review on how these are going. I like them. I would recommend doing either the silver or the gold. I don't know if you see this, but the copper ones are really kind of tarnishing and they're not looking too pretty, and I've only had this for a month or so. Alright, so this is how the pockets look empty. You can see that the little book darts do kind of mark up the notebook, but it's not something I'm too worried about. Back here I have the just plain copy paper for blotting paper. This has become really handy. And then I don't have anything in this back pocket. The main pen that I use is the Sarasa clip in the 05. And then this is the Toad Lily Hobonichi Weeks, and I purchased this from Jet Pens. Opening this up, I did go ahead and put down the adhesive pocket in this corner here so that I could hold my 2 bookmarks in there. Now, my recommendation is it's not a good idea to put it here because when you flip this, the bookmarks just fall out. For my next one, I'm going to put it over here so that whenever I open it, it's just going to stay nice in here because I am constantly having to try to add these back in and keep them straight because, as you'll see, whenever I open it, it usually just kind of goes wonky like that. So that would be my recommendation if you want to utilize it this way. So I'm just going to start flipping through this, give you an update. I still have not figured out how I want to utilize this page. I may never end up using it, like I said. I'm not too worried about it. March, I did not have this, or April. I started this in May. So this is how May looked. See, this is Tombow color, this is Tombow, this is Tombow, and then this is Crayola Super Tips. So I wasn't sure what color palette I wanted to use whenever I was making this. I was on a really vintage color palette kind of feel, but after I received these stickers, these are much more pastel, so I am going to be changing the color palette in this to match these stickers a bit better. But the 4 books that I read in May were The Starless Sea by Morgenstern, The Humans by Haig, A Man Called Uwe by Bachman, and then Strange the Dreamer by Taylor. As of today, I'm about 370 pages into Strange the Dreamer, so I'm continuing it on into June. So here is what the first week of June looks like. Again, Strange the Dreamer is the first book that I have been reading so far. Today is June 6th. So I'm going to skip the next couple of months here. Oh, just to kind of recap, what I do is I write the number of pages that I have read that day and then where I'm at in the book. So on Tuesday, I read 23 pages and ended at 263 out of 532. This is really cool to be able to kind of track how much I'm reading every day to see what days I end up reading more on, or, you know, what happens. Like, for instance, yesterday I was out running errands all day. I got my 2nd COVID vaccine, so I was just tired and done, and I didn't feel like reading. I ended up just watching a movie and kind of spacing out. Obviously this is July, we're not in July yet, so I'm gonna skip ahead to the first week I started using this. So here is my first week in here completely filled out. How I have it is every day I write the page that I start on, the page that I finish on, the total pages read, and then here I just write a little bit of what happened in those pages, whether it's plot related. Usually over here I've started putting questions that I have about the plot or the characters, answers that develop from the questions that I had, or quotes, or just notes I want to make about the book. I do like to sprinkle in these stickers throughout, just to add a little bit of cuteness. So this week I finished The Starless Sea. The next week I started and finished The Humans. And then halfway through I started A Man Called Uwe. I ended up hurting my neck really bad these couple of days, and I'm still dealing with it. I was in some car accidents, both recently and as a teenager, where I had some bad neck injuries, and it usually doesn't flare up, but this night it was really bad, and I'm still kind of recovering and going to the chiropractor for it. So it definitely took effect on my rating. Here is the next week, still A Man Called Uwe. Read some decent amount of pages, made my notes about it. Usually what I do for my key is a dash is just a note. A question mark is a literal question that I have about what's happening in the book. An A with a circle around it is an answer to a previous question I had. And then the page numbers are quotes. See, this is the week of the 24th through the 30th. And this is where I started Strange the Dreamer. And then here is the current week. So like I said, I've been reading Strange the Dreamer. I guess this is going on my second week with it, yeah. Overall, it's an okay book. It's not my favorite. I haven't been reading as much as I feel like I do. So for instance, like 17 pages, 18 pages, 23 pages, where like I'm used to reading 50 to 60 pages a night. At least 30 pages a night, and I don't know if it's a combination from work getting to me, because I end up falling asleep while I'm reading this book pretty much every night, or it could be the book itself is not super entertaining, which I'll be honest, it's not. I'm not one who usually puts down books, but this might be one that I really think about. Do I want to continue using, or do I want to continue reading this? So if you guys have read Strange the Dreamer, let me know. If I'm at page 370, so I have about 200 pages left in the book. Let me know if it's something that I should continue on with reading if you've read it before. So leave a comment down below, let me know. Now I'm going to skip all the way to the notes pages in this book so I can show you how those are looking. So on this side, I have the books that I've read in 2021 so far. So I've read 11 books so far, with Strange the Dreamer going to be my 12th. Over here, I have a list of books that I currently own that I want to read, and then as I read them, I've decided to start highlighting them in purple. Should I have highlighted them in their corresponding color? Probably, but then I thought this is going to get really busy with all of those different colors, so I just stuck with purple. The next one is, this is an index for the book reviews that I had. In a perfect world, these two pages would be flipped, but whenever I made this page, I had yet to make this one. So that's why they're set up this way. Live and learn, right? So I have 3 books written in here with reviews, and then on this side is my 2021 editions. So these are books that I've purchased this year that I've added to my shelf. Something that I like is knowing when I add books, how long it's been sitting on my shelf, needing to be read, so I can always refer to this and see, oh man, I've had this particular book on my shelf for 5 years at this point. I really need to get around to reading it. That's kind of why I wanted to add this in here. And then we'll just go into the book reviews. So The Starless Sea, I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was pretty good. This author has only written 2 books, with The Starless Sea being her second book. Between her first book, The Night Circus, and this one, you can definitely see some growth there. but I still think she has a decent way to go. Side note, this book and Strange the Dreamer have a lot of parallels to them. There's a lot of atmospheric tones to them that are really similar. So if you liked either one of those books, you would like one of these. Whether if you like Strange the Dreamer or The Starless Sea, you can flip back and forth, and you're probably gonna like both of them. Next, I read The Humans, gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's hilarious. I love funny sci-fi movies, funny sci-fi books. This was one that I really enjoyed. It was the first book that I read by Matt Haig. I did go ahead and buy another book by him, so I'm excited to read more about what he is about. Next, I read A Man Called Uwe. I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. I've known a lot of people comparing it to Gran Torino. Gran Torino is by far way better. I thought A Man Called Uwe, it was pretty good. My biggest gripe was the ending. How I don't like when characters all get paired up miraculously in the end. I just don't think it works very well. So that was my opinion on that book. And then I have already started the information for The Strange the Dreamer. So that is how my reading journal and my Hobonichi weeks is going so far. I am really enjoying it. This is something that was missing from my I guess my reading practice, and I really like having this. I found, and that I've noticed, I utilize it a lot more when I have it with me all the time. So I'll take this with me to work so that while I'm reading on my lunch break, I can make little notes about the story. I just feel more interactive with my book and with this journal when I have it with me at all times. I have had a couple of days where I've left it at home because I didn't want to carry so much stuff with me one particular day, and that didn't work. This is something that I do really like to have with me at all times. So I guess that is about it. I'm just going to stick all these back in here for now to make sure it stays looking all neat and clean and tidy and such. But yeah, if this is something you are going to utilize and bring into your own practice, please let me know. I'd love to see it. So with that, follow me on Instagram. Let me know that you are doing this as well. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.